How's it going, guys? It's Tyrant here, and I just finished watching the latest episode of Overlord Season 3, Preparation for War. So, honestly, I did not make an episode reaction for the last episode because that episode is freaking amazing. Just a quick note on that episode. I honestly watched that episode like a couple dozen times. I'm not gonna lie, that interaction with the Emperor and Ainz was like perfect. I loved it. I just kept watching it, and not just snippets. I watched the entire episode multiple times. It's just a fun episode, and seeing how much manipulation is being done in the backgrounds and how far things in the like preparations are being done. It's like really, really great. For the most part, it was really fun to watch. There's nothing more I can say. It's just a really great episode, and leading into this episode in particular, preparations of war, it in itself was, how should I put it? There was a lot of talking. And it's hard to. There was like a lot of. Like, I know what they're trying to do. It's normal for this show to do prep work for episodes to come. I found it annoying during the first half of the season, where we kind of had like Henry's thing and everything, which led to something, but it was felt underwhelming. And now we're getting something bigger. It's like a massive war, and it's like more entertaining. But once again, we're at that point where it's more talking, a lot of political stuff and shit. And like, I don't mind that stuff, and it's very like somewhat entertaining because there's things in the background you have to pay attention to. But for some audience, myself somewhat included, like it feels a bit like why can I have a little bit more action? It ended really well because it skips a lot. They do a lot of reasonable skipping, because they were like planning this months ahead and like 2 months later. I like that. Honestly, there's a lot in there that I could probably nitpick, but I wasn't really paying attention too much because there was just a lot of political talk. And I was like, I don't care. Just, you guys are all gonna die, honestly. Like, there's nothing you guys can do, okay? So, yeah, I was not gonna, like, really entertain the fact that they're gonna do great. So, because, look, honestly, like, at the end of the episode, when you finally see, like, Ainz at the place, like, yeah, I was sent here to help you, and you want to use my magic to showcase stuff. Sure, why not? And then, like, for me, I want to help you guys too, Ainz said. So let me get you my army. Let me get you some of my soldiers. And like, but we gotta start the battle tomorrow. And it's like, it's fine. And he just summons them all. We're using Gate, and then you just see a bunch of Death Knights. Like, alone, a Death Knight can probably take 1,000+ people, probably 3,000 soldiers on its own. So the Death Knights themselves, like probably 5 Death Knights can do everything, and they can't do nothing. So honestly, it was like, what? But yeah, it's just entertaining to see what they're planning. I don't know much more to say. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Honestly, I really wanted it to be this week's episode, but we're gonna have to wait until next week to see this interesting battle. And I'm hoping it doesn't take too long to get into some of those scenes. It's not gonna be that long. It's probably gonna be a couple small, like, tiny battles and just the Death Knight killing people and shit. That'll be entertaining, but because it's not gonna last long. But kind of seeing some of the main characters play some of their roles, like what's the head chief's name? Gazef? I always forget his name. Then there's Brain, and then what's that little kid's name? That's the princess lapdog, basically. What's his name? I can't remember his name anymore. But anyways, like those guys, that's what I'm kind of more interested in. And there is that other side story that we're getting with what's his name, with the prince who's going to be king, going to get some information on from Crane Village. Like, those guys are gonna probably well, what's interesting about that is he seems like he's not thinking right, that he wants to just gain information. He's like, in a sense, you should be trying to slowly gain information by talking and stuff, but it seems like he's really adamant and trying to impress his father and everything, and trying to go into Crane Village, attack it, gather as much information, and then make it back to the battle, and, you know, kind of show his dad, like, look, I can do this. But his father already, like, we know, as the audience know, that he does want his son to succeed. But his son doesn't. The prince doesn't get it. And knowing how well their, like, Crane Village is aligned with Ainz, they're not gonna give him nothing. And these guys are all gonna die too. The prince and those people are all dead if they try to do anything. Like, even if none of Ainz's secret people in the background do anything, Crane Village has a reasonable, like I would say, like, army. Like, Enri has not only the people, well, like that, but she has the goblins and she has the ogres. Like there on its own is like, so yeah, that guy's dead too. Like, I don't know what. Like I said, next, I think it's gonna. I hope it's not a 2-episode thing, but I wouldn't mind a 2-episode extension to this, because I want to see both sides of not only the Crane Village thing and the battlefield thing. And I think we have, what are we? We are 10 episodes in, and on average we get what, 12 or 13 episodes? We get 13 episodes a season. So if they, let's see here, if they do that, since this was episode 10, we got 3 more episodes. That wouldn't be too bad if they do this for 2 more episodes, like extend this, like, fight for 2 episodes and then kind of do a conclusion episode for the 13th episode, trying to lead to the next season. I'm perfectly fine with that. But that's kind of my thoughts for this episode. It was kind of boring, I'm not gonna lie. There's not an episode I'm gonna rewatch constantly. There's, like, snippets I'll watch, but not gonna be one like, not like last week's episode. Like, last week's episode was fantastic. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on this episode. So, you know, there you go. So thanks again for watching. Until next time, see you.